time is it, everyone? In the world,
on Vegas, on YouTube.
It felt very preseason-y.
You haven't done that in a while.
Well, yeah.
You got the Queen jamming. Keep yourself alive.
I have my game throat on yet, because I don't go to games.
Yeah, you're out of practice.
Of course, the great Freddie Mercury, man. It's always great to start off with the inspiring rock of Queen. Anyway, what's going down with all of y'all out there? It is Raider Hater Rob, and we are here for another show of Raider Fan Radio, and it is the beautiful Black Hole Steph and the Uncle 420 Stonerdude in the house.
Wait,
coming at
now
you.
You can see my hand better because it's in front of Steph.
Oh.
Contrast. All right.
It's in their contract that they do that. Anyway, Las Vegas, Nevada, of course, is where we are. And, getting down, man, to the sounds of Queen. And just rolling in for show 48. All right.
They made it to 48. They said it wouldn't happen.
Who?
They said it wouldn't last.
Who are they?
They know who they are.
Do you know who they are?
You know who
you know who they are.
They are. Drop us a line at RaiderFanRadio@gmail, because I've been for over 50-something years trying to figure out who they are.
They are watching. They are listening.
I got a list of these.
So show number 48, of course we always like to start off the show with Raiders who notably wore the number of the show. We're going to be really screwed when we go to 100, right?
Man.
We'll have to think of a new thing.
Right.
But for now, number 48, we're still got a lot of shows left. Now, this is a tough one.
No, it isn't.
It's so tough, I don't even know if there are any players. But I will still defer to our in-house Raider historian, second only to the great Raider Mort, and that would be one Raider Rock.
Good evening, folks, boys and girls, and animals of all ages. Anyway, yeah, man, it's not one number that has really stood out with the Raiders. There have probably been a lot of practice. I know I've seen it on not practice squad. What do you call it? Preseason.
Right.
I know I've seen it over the years on preseason players. I can't remember none of them. So they obviously didn't make the team. One guy who did make the team, though, who got signed years ago when we were in L.A. as a free agent from the New York Giants, came over to the Los Angeles Raiders, was one Lionel Washington.
Yeah.
That's the one, though. That'd be one of them, yeah. I mean, that dude was here for 87 and 94, so about
something
7
like
years. A little while, in other words.
He did come back.
And he came back again. I think in 1997 to the team. I don't know how long.
Oh, we did a comeback?
Yeah. He's one of those guys who roamed around the NFL.
I was hiding a motherfucker somewhere, man. I forgot all of that.
But the one notable one I guess I'll throw out is Kenny Hill.
That's it for me.
And that would be a defensive back, and the only reason I put him in there is because he did win a Super Bowl with the Raiders in the 1983 legendary Super Bowl team, probably one of the greatest teams of all time, in the words of one Al Davis.
Right, and that's the only, those
That's
are the
it.
two I have.
Well, Lionel Washington, though, had the distinction of being one of 3 or 4 Raider defensive backs that we deemed toast. Raider fans.
Right.
Terry McDaniel was one. He was toast. Lionel Washington was one.
Toast.
Yeah, they
kept getting burnt.
Oh, he kept getting burnt like toast.
Yeah,
right.
Couldn't cover.
Right.
Lionel Washington was a terrible cover.
But yet he stuck around for 7 years.
Well, he was a veteran. He was a smart player. He just situationally, not just like out the gate, he's a bad DB like Philip Buchanan. Not like that.
So when push came to shove.
In some clutch moments. Just watch Buffalo beat the shit out of us 51-3 in that
90
playoff game, and you'll see exactly what we're talking about. But Terry McDaniel was another one. James Trapp, we used to call toast. James Toast Trapp, he was another one that we used to call toast.
I liked him, though.
Yeah, James Trapp was cool. He was crazy. He was opposite. And then Eric Crazy Johnson, who we only had for a short while in Oakland. But he was Crazy Johnson, but he was also toast. He got burned a lot.
Right.
And of course, we have a lot of defensive backs over the past 20 years who are all our toast.
Right. They've all been
Stanford Ralph, Fabian Washington, Philip Buchanan, blah, 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 blah.
Right.
They tried so hard, or Al did anyways, to replace, at one point, Charles Woodson when he left the first time. He held on to Charles Woodson with every franchise tag that he could because he knew that was the guy he'd never wanted to lose. But, of course, we kept drafting all these defensive backs after that, and they all pretty much ended up in the same club.
Mm-hmm. With the exception of Nnamdi Asomugha.
Yeah, and Nnamdi took a little while to catch on, and then he finally did.
Right.
He had a Pro Bowl year, and then he got his money in Philadelphia, and then he disappeared.
Right.
Well, he got that label of being a shutdown, which I really didn't think Nnamdi was.
I didn't agree with that.
I don't think
so.
They just weren't throwing his way, which didn't make any sense.
He was no Charles Woodson.
No.
No Deion Sanders. No. But anyway, 48, Lionel Washington, man, and Kenny Hill. The two distinctive 48s in Oakland, LA, Las Vegas Raider history. Is there a new one on the horizon? No.
I didn't see anybody that was worth, mentioning.
Maybe some of the players right now might look at that number 48 and try to pick up and make
it something.
Literally run with it.
Yes.
Speaking of running with it, it has nothing to do with running. Today, this week, this month of August, marks a 20-year anniversary for the world-famous DVD starring myself and, of course, the beautiful Black Hole staff, and even more so, the illustrious Raider Rob, back then Raider Rob. 20-year history for Raiderhed Invasion at Candlestick Park.
Yay.
That was a milestone in all of our histories. I mean, there's a light here. Can you see this thing? There it is. You see light. There it is. Yeah. Raiderhed Invasion.
Lean into it.
You can see it? There you go. Soon to be available. Wait a minute. Now I got a question. So we were going to wait to put this on our website. Mm-hmm. And I'm still waiting.
Right.
So what's the status of that?
Do we have to do that now? I don't.
No, we don't. I just you answered.
It's a conspiracy is all I can say when it comes to that. But it will be done, and hopefully
we'll get some clips up here.
The beginning of the
up here for now
of the season. Towards mid-season, hopefully we'll have that.
But the point being is, we will have this DVD available, and clips that you can get. Raiderhed Invasion Candlestick Park. For those of you who don't know about this world famous DVD story. The band Raiderhed, it's a rock and roll story, kind of like in the where's some other rock and roll movies? Hard Day's Night, Kiss Meets the Family, Purple Rain. Raiderhed, the band, went during a preseason game to Candlestick Park before it got torn down and turned into now where they're playing in Santa Clara. Mm-hmm. Back then they're still the San Francisco 49ers. Of course, the rivalry of the 49ers and the Raiders goes back down to the beginning of 1960 when the Raiders first came into inception. The Battle of the Bay, the two teams in the Bay Area. Of course, Raider Rob and Steph, you lived in the Bay your whole lives. You know about the whole rivalry and the history. So we decided, the band, to go into the parking lot at Candlestick Park and invade it. We brought a flatbed truck. We went in there. We not only did that, but we scouted it out. It's all on the DVD. Raider Rob and I did it. Went to the Candlestick Park during the hours of when they were closed, and somehow managed to get into the park, allowed in by security. And it was a whole
finagle. We finagled our way in.
We definitely finagled during the time of the 2004. So this is not long after 9/11 and the heightened securities of the nation. Of course, we got in there though. And
I think there's a picture of you in the clip of you in the movie. I'm standing in front of that.
That's you. That's a picture of you.
Of that damn. What was it? Tom Ridge used to always come
out.
Right, the alert.
The alert.
Terror alert.
Right.
The terror alert.
Right.
Yellow, orange, red,
Right.
blue, or whatever the fuck.
If you're at red, it's too late.
We lived during times of COVID and the terror alert. That's the kind of things we've experienced in our lifetime.
Yeah.
But we took the band, we snuck in covertly.
We're working to set this year off with a bang. The decided first performance of the year will be played in enemy territory, August 14th, 2004, as the preseason began with the Raiders playing their hated Cross Bay rivals, the San Francisco 49ers, at Candlestick Park. Some said it couldn't be done. Well aware of the risks implied, of possible violence, or of even being incarcerated, careful planning became the necessity. Organization was key, and committees were formed. A covert task force was sent on a surveillance mission where they were able to obtain passes to infiltrate and scout the entire area.
Into Candlestick Park, into the parking lot, and just a surprise attack. I'll use the word attack.
Yeah.
Should I use the word attack?
Yes.
It wasn't a surprise attack.
Yes.
The band got up on that flatbed truck with all our equipment and generator, and we performed the song, the very famous song, Niner Hater by Raiderhed, in a crowd of Raider fans and Niner fans. A melee ensued.
Fan Radio exclusive. Yes.
A hardcore conglomeration of Raider fans and
That is kind of a picture of that
melee, yeah. And it was a lot of fun. We got it all on camera. We of course our old friend Shieldhead, who's out there somewhere.
Shieldhead!
What's up, Shield?
He edited it for
The human
us.
logo.
We worked on it all together. It was a group effort of a lot of great talent. And I can't believe it's 20 years that we did it.
Wow.
But we did it. It was a lot of fun. We documented it on. This is also will soon be on YouTube and all the media channels out there for people to share with others and, you know, talk about the legend that is or was and still is Raiderhed, the world's only Raiders tribute band.
And how anniversarial that it would come this past weekend when we're taping this show. The Raiders had played their last preseason game against the San Francisco 49ers, and this was 20 years ago, a preseason game, like you said, at Candlestick Park.
20 years. Where did the time fly?
Wow.
I can't believe I've known y'all for longer than 20 years now.
Right.
Going on 30 probably.
Going on 30.
Yeah, we're getting
Yeah.
close, man.
Time
Yeah.
flies.
It was a great idea, sparked by Stonerdude and, you know, and the band, Raiderhed, Dono at the time, right?
Yeah.
Jimmy
Dono
Ward,
was on guitar.
Higher One, Stone on drums, of course, and
Right.
Dino Mutt and Van Dammit.
There's exclusive interviews with old Raider players.
Right.
With many fans.
Great moment with Stone and Steve Wisniewski.
Right.
Like I said, we'll try to get some clips up here.
How funny, I did not plan this, but Steve Wisniewski asked me, what does the 420 mean on your jersey? When I said Steve Wisniewski, it's a stoner thing. He's like, oh, okay, I'm going to go this way.
Of course, his Wiz, a renowned Christian, you know, God bless him.
But the Wiz was very
Dominus
cool.
Hominis.
The Wiz was still very cool.
Oh, he was cool. Yeah, no, he was cool. But it was a great concept. The idea was great, and it totally was a Raider thing to do. In 2004, after the loss in the Super Bowl the year before, we were all still feeling
riled up.
I won't say cocky, but we were still very confident in our Raiderdom in the Bay Area. And the Niners, of course, hadn't won anything in a while. But we were, just a year, like I said, out removed from the Super Bowl. So this whole phenomenon of the Raider Nation had really reached an apex just a few months prior, that January in San Diego. And so we were, really anticipating, despite, the makeup of the team, we had lost some players, players had been brought in, but there was still that fire burning from 2003 and the 2002 season where, we felt, that, we're probably going to be in contention. You know what I'm saying? And so why not, really go out there, and this, which Stone and them did, put a real stamp on the Raider Nation from another perspective, where here's this daring, I don't even want to call it a stunt, but this daring, challenge right into the heart of the night.
It was very Mission Impossible.
A meeting of some of the greatest minds of the Raider Nation hammered out details. They realized that in order to be effective, they must enter the stadium parking lot undetected, set up unannounced, and strike quickly. With the support of legions of other Raider fans, the stage was set for a historic performance. Never before has such a jackass stunt been attempted. No one knew what to expect. This is a video account of the events that transpired that day.
And a mission to really implant that we are the toughest, baddest, most, hardcore fan base, and so hardcore that fuck the reputation that we go to San Diego, these other places, and take over. We're literally going to go right across the bay from where we're from and take over a noted fan base's tailgate, which has its own characteristics that are well known.
And those are documented.
The cheese and the crackers,
the wine.
The wine is very, white collar, white linen, and Marin County and all that shit, Snob Hill.
But the shock of them realizing what was happening, that's what's the beautiful thing about the
priceless.
When we're in the middle of the parking lot, in the heart of the tailgate atmosphere of the pre-game, going on stage, playing Niner Hater, and literally every 49er fan was just staring at us like with this dead stare in their jaw. Who the fuck are you?
Right.
Who let them in?
Yeah. But so I digress. We did and a feat or a stunt or a moment like this has not even occurred before or since. It's a rare thing.
Right.
So that's why we celebrate the 20-year anniversary. And more so, I'm just very honored and happy to still share my Raider fan experience with my cohort partners in crime, Raider Hater Rob and Black Hole.
Oh yeah, it was a seminal moment in Raider fan history, and
Raiderhed Invasion Candlestick Park
coming soon
to all of you out there. Yeah, what do you remember most about that day?
Just seeing Al
the day
Davis.
itself.
Well, just getting there early, seeing Al Davis come in, and just the shock. Like I said, on their faces, they couldn't believe that it was being pulled off. And I don't want to continue to say too much because I do want people to check it out.
What about you, Stone? Because you were doing the double duty. You're playing in the band. You're also co-producer of the filming and
the mastermind behind the scenes.
You're also, I remember, giving us all kind of instruction at certain points of what to do, and then of course you're a Raider fan in all of that too. So what stands out for you?
The fact that I was able, when I say I mean we, the fact that we were able to not only pull it off but do it so methodically, very strategically. We were all on point together like a team. We all knew all of us in our group were in on the whole thing.
Yeah, we all
knew. And the fact that we were all in on it and we were all in agreement, we were like, it was literally like a spy movie where we were all like, everything was a wink and a nod.
Ocean's 420.
Ocean's 420. Probably my favorite part. I don't want to give too much of it away.
Right.
But the way it all ended. And you'll have to watch the video.
Yeah.
I really enjoy seeing images of Gorilla Rilla in his earlier incarnation of his character. his very first mask and his gorilla suit before he was Mickey Mouse of the Raider Nation, before he was the Hall of Famer that you know today. 20 years ago, Gorilla just really starting to come into his own as a full-time Black Hole member and a fixture in the Black Hole. Out there in the parking lot with his big jug of water, swinging it around, and things like that. Senor Raider Man, all the great famous Raider fans were all there. And like I said, the way it ended was pretty awesome. And the fact that we were able to get different people to have cameras, and we used all kinds of cameras, little handheld digital video cameras. Right. This is before phones had video cameras.
All handheld.
And then, of course, we took all the footage. Oh, the Great Raider Man. The Great Raider Man helped to do a little bit of a introduction in the beginning of the movie. Things like that, where everybody just really came together. Nobody got paid. I didn't get paid. Nobody got paid. We still haven't got paid. We got this DVD. I got boxes of this fucking thing.
Okay.
We're going to get paid.
But it will come to you.
Because you're going to want it. You're going to want it in your collection.
I'm a big fan of the Little Rascals. And if you've watched the Little Rascals, the original R Gang comedies, there was these little kids that would come up with these big cockamamie schemes. And the way we did it was very Little Rascal-esque. It was very do-it-yourself.
Yeah.
It was very fun. And the end result, of course, is Raiderhed Invasion at Candlestick Park.
Right on.
Coming soon.
To be continued.
Yes. We got a lot of great stories like that. You just mentioned a very key word in there, strategic. Well, the Las Vegas Raiders have just completed the 2024 preseason. 0-2-1. I don't know what the strategy is.
Breathe, Raider. Breathe.
Team's gonna kill me, literally. I don't know what the strategy is. But it doesn't look like the strategy. It's a strategy.
It's a strategy.
It's tragic.
It's a strategy. They're strategically setting everyone up to see a tragic season.
Another one?
Hey.
You know.
Why stop now?
I told you I'm out of time.
Good night, man. 0-2-1.
Right. Come on, but you know, like Stone, I can hear Stone as I'm watching these games. I hear Stone in my mind going, "It's preseason.
It's preseason.
You know, what are you worried about?
The starters aren't even on the field."
And that's the problem. It's not so much that, but where's the depth? Preseason, of course, we all know is where you're supposed to be fine-tuning what you've been working on in training camp, but also starting the beginnings of introducing plays and schemes and players that are going to be really keys in week
working
one.
Your rookies, your
exactly. And there should be, this whole thing for years and years of modern construct that started in the mid-'90s when it came to preseason with this idea and really took off in the mid-2000s of you don't want to show anything.
Yeah.
Well, at the end of the season, there's only 2 teams in the Super Bowl. So whatever the fuck the other bottom 14 didn't show is usually realized by week 4.
Right.
So they wasted their whole summer with their bullshit and didn't fine-tune and have anything to show.
Right.
Okay, for the preseason. And so that's why. Because they dumbed themselves down and turned down their shit. You're supposed to be showing your shit. You're supposed to be, because you're a professional, you should be good enough, and if you're not all a bunch of Bill Callahans, you're not really showing the plays that you're really going to be running in the regular season, but some facts.
There's a glimpse of it.
But the main thing the preseason used to be about is we want to get the local fans and our fan base hyped up.
Yeah, excited.
Get them excited for what's coming.
Right. You want to buy a $800 ticket to sit there and look at that?
Which is bullshit. You know, I mean, I really think that they, ought to do something like that. Like, there ought to be a preseason discount. For fans.
Right.
Because
if you're not going to really show.
It's discount football.
Right, exactly.
I've always said that. I mean, preseason, first of all, preseason, like you say, once upon a time, in our days growing up, as kids especially, but even into our adult life, meant going out there and working some of the bugs out.
Right.
Trying to see if the team had at least some cohesiveness Usually a good team would go out with their starters, march down the field, score a touchdown.
Right.
You go, okay, we're okay.
Right.
But agreeing with you, as always, when it comes to the preseason situation, that's why I keep saying I don't get excited about preseasons, because it's not football. It's not professional top-grade football.
No.
So if I'm watching the scrubs that may not even be on the team,
Right.
and really the only reason to get my ass there is just to be in the stadium, just to kind of yell for my team and
Just
have a
for the
good time with
rah-rah
my
of it.
friends,
Yeah.
give me a discount. Give me a
Right.
huge discount.
Of course.
Right.
Bust in a bunch of kids from the local schools.
Right.
Whatever.
I don't
Check
understand
out.
why there hasn't been, when we
They're
were
just so greedy.
I mean, there have been some teams, and we know, and fan bases that have, protested against their teams. Famously, the Detroit Lions under the reign of former Raider Matt Millen when he was running them as a general manager, and the time they chased that guy with the bag over his
I
head.
really
all through the
wanted
stadium.
Matt Millen to succeed when he was.
I did too.
I love Matt Millen's probably one of my favorite players
Yeah.
in general. But I'm sorry, go ahead.
No, and then we contemplated doing it back during the days of 2008, 2009, where fan base was just fed up. We didn't. The Oakland A's fans, as recent as this past year, 2024, did do that. Have a protest, didn't go in, and were collectively, had enough numbers to make a stance and show that they were boycotting the team. But all that being said, league-wide, there needs to be something addressed about that.
Right.
Because it's discount football, and I'm
Right.
seeing scrubs. I'm seeing the low level of football. I'm not seeing the starters.
Right.
I shouldn't be playing starter
You're seeing
prices.
guys that aren't even going to be
Right.
on the team.
Right.
The regular price of a beer is $20 for a 16 ounce. It should be fucking $9.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
Right.
fuck that, man.
Right.
And I've always been an advocate for the fans first, and primarily when it comes to the big conglomerate structure of professional sports. I am fan first, and so outside of our voice, hit us, at RaiderFanRadio@gmail, and let us know what you think about that, and, let's maybe try to do something about it, have a push, through us, when we get some type of petition together and get some of the opinions of you fans. And this is across the board, rather it be the NFL, NBA, NHL, Major League Baseball. It's not affordable anymore as it is.
Right.
Right.
It's hard to even just get in your vehicle and pay for gas to go to
And park.
whatever stadium you got to go to and park.
Right.
And take the whole day off, bring the kids, whatever you're going to do, hang out with your friends. But yeah, well, there you go. There you have it. I don't think anything's going to change anytime soon because it hasn't.
Well, I know it has to change. Is that paying those type prices to see this bullshit that is getting ready to roll? Hold on there, homie. I'm not done with the silver and black, all right? Don't rush me. All right, it's not a museum. We're not in the 8th grade. Remember they take you to the museum and rush you through the motor? I'm like, is that
That's a dinosaur.
dinosaur content?
All right, we saw the dinosaur. What's next?
But.
I want to go home.
Right.
I'm just going to say this to you, Raider fan. I know a lot of you out there very positive.
Lunch.
A lot of you podcasts out there, you're trying to, really drum up this type of excitement and belief that your fucking team is any good, and you're trying to get behind AP. I don't know what he did. We missed all the preseason, but what I did see is, fucking up with clock management.
Once again.
Going for a 2-point conversion in a situation where he should have tied. Again, we're thinking psychological about motivation for players. It's preseason. You're trying to build the confidence in them to trust you. So that's also part of that. I thought that was kind of a sketchy thing that he did in that game against Dallas. Going for that 2-point conversion. Y'all know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
And then I didn't even see the end of this last one. So I heard something happen with a play by the Niners or whatever. Anyway, it ended in a tie. I know that.
I don't care if it's preseason. You need to win.
Yeah.
And that's just basically it.
I mean, it should still be about that, but my thing with them is that they're mincemeat with Minshew, man. And all I needed to know about the fucking Raiders for
Did you say mincemeat with Minshew?
Mincemeat with Minshew. I'm suing you. My lawyers are watching. Okay? And people should stop stealing from me.
Yeah, put that
all
on the
right?
screen.
Well, yeah. Maybe this time it'll really happen too. You're mincemeat with Minshew, okay? But what you needed to know is that not only is that bad, and whatever you may question about Aiden O'Connell, who has a better arm than Minshew and seems to have more confidence and
he does.
and more command of the offense, then all I needed to know is that your motherfuckers is not serious.
Right.
is to look on the TV screen and see Nathan fucking Peterman at quarterback.
Oh my God.
He's already
bought
gone.
that,
He's already gone.
So what? The fact you brought him back anyway
I know.
shows me what your mindset is.
Right, losing.
Yes.
You know, not having a quarterback that can connect with the receivers and lead this offense into the end zone. And that's why we end up stuck, you know, in the red zone trying to punch it in, because we don't have that kind of power and push and camaraderie of the offensive team to really make things happen and win games. It's not about, can I rush for a few yards, or, oh, that looked good right there, he made that catch. Is he going to get into the end zone? And you're still not throwing for as much as you need. You know, you need 3 yards and you throw for 2. You know, you need 6 yards and you throw for 4. That kind of mentality is what's happening, and it's still happening. And like I said before, no matter what coach is in there, it's the same story.
With the slow to develop screens and, you know, the little short curl patterns for the tight end and these old fake ass crossing routes and fucking slants that are only for 10 yards at best. Like, you know, there's, again, no explosiveness that I see, okay? And it's going to be a comical season because Minshew is a minstrel show. He's funny. He's like Gallagher out there. That's who he looks like. He looks like a young fucking Gallagher, okay, out there with a helmet on, running around throwing the watermelon.
Somebody needs to give him a watermelon.
I mean, this is going to be comical, all right? It's going to be bad, but you'll be laughing. After all, you know, Vegas is one of the great places for comedy. Shout out Eddie Griffin, our neighbor, not far from us, with his new, well, he's always had the podcast. I'm a subscriber for many years, but Eddie Griffin, the comedian, he's here in Vegas, and he's got the triple N, his new
NNN
instead of CNN. Nigga News Network. Yeah, so he's doing his thing.
Whoa! Stop the presses! I've never heard of this before. Eddie Griffin has a radio show called
the Nigga News Network.
Is it with an ER or an A?
It's with a plantation and a
it's
with a plantation and a sheep. It's that one. It's the one with the plantation. It's the one with the plantation and the pointy sheep.
That is good.
It's that one. Anyway, but what's up, EG? You know, he's here in Vegas, man, and he's doing his thing. I think he's been watching us. Just a couple. You know, you saw it. A few little things that kind of a tell. You know how we can always peep the tails, Stone. You know, but anyway, we love you, EG. But yeah, you know, that's what's up. It's gonna be funny to me. You know, it looks like it's gonna be a hilarious season.
I'm gonna be sad.
You know,
but I'm gonna watch every game with hope and faith.
No! Hope and
pride, faith,
and joy.
Raider colored glasses, Raider silver and black shades.
Yes.
And
Stone is Raider Obama.
I'm at least
yes, we can.
I'm at least
yes, we can.
Raider Obama.
He's Raider Obama.
Hope.
Hopefully there's some change.
I'm gonna make a poster of that.
Right.
Hope from my 420
right.
Hope. That's it. It'll say dope.
And that will be for sale at RaiderFanRadio.Vegas.
I think dope is my new slogan for this season.
God bless them for that. You know, I mean, you know, that's what's up.
There's your Raider news.
Well, it's not really so much Raider news, but that was all.
Just a quick thing before we segue out of Raider news. Just a shout out to Sports Illustrated for being some straight jerks and putting this article out talking about.
Shout out to you, jerks!
Yeah, jerks!
And particularly Michael Canelo. And this Hondo.
Canelo, he's quite a fellow.
Hondo S. Carpenter Sr. It's like, who are these people? Raiders owner Mark Davis is letting his football people make decisions.
He doesn't have football people.
Davis,
we're football people,
right? You don't have those.
You don't have.
We're not making any decisions.
And then the guy, you know, had the nerve to put a slight against his father. Yeah, I didn't meet his dad, but you know, he's doing his own thing, and he's letting these people make their own decisions.
What do you mean by these people?
His staff. And like the comments in this article said, Marky Mark is not a football guy, and all the billionaires he's brought into his front office clubhouse are no better. So the Faders are out for another season. Marky Mark keeps this franchise because he wants the money and prestige. He is not his father's son. We met Mr. Davis, okay? And he had a singular vision for the Raiders, and Mark Davis does not have that vision, nor do these people.
Met his ass too, a number of times. No, he doesn't.
So,
he doesn't. What he does have, though, to piggyback and just give all you Raider fans out there a little education on the business of the Las Vegas Raiders and the Raider brand. Last show 47, I did a whole thing on just pointing out, a discrepancy in something that was the NFL and CBS participated in trying to make up this lie. But in that, about how the Raiders came to Las Vegas. But in that, of course, we talked about the Los Angeles Raiders. And my wish right now, as I stand, after, my great God-given ability to prognosticate, brought the team here, I want them, of course, now to go back to Los Angeles and in an NFL type of a realignment. And Costa Mesa, they went to this past summer training camp here in 2024 a few months ago. It had training camps. That was kind of like the spark of like, ooh, it's bubbling.
Right.
It's working again. Well, in that, one thing that has always made Los Angeles so appealing, if people don't know, and why that's always a factor in talking about Raider relocation, and why I hope they go back, but also why Mark Davis wanted to go back there.
Right.
Because the Raiders and Al Davis, the Davis family, own the trademark to the Los Angeles Raiders. They do not and never owned the trademark of the Oakland Raiders.
Wow. Who owns
the NFL owns the trademarks of these teams.
Fan Radio exclusive.
That's why you see certain progressive owners like your Al Davises, Jerry Joneses, even when he was still alive, not Wayne Heising, Joe Robbie, and Wayne Heising when he owned the Dolphins with Hard Rock and all, and the corporatization, Jerry wanting to make sure he had Pepsi, Al being hamstrung from doing bigger brand deals by Alameda County Coliseum Authority, so we ended up with UMax and weak ass shit like that, Network Associates. But that is why.
But don't they own Las Vegas?
They probably own that.
I'd imagine they own Las Vegas.
Think so?
They didn't come out here to not own.
I think
the Raiders.
No, the Raiders don't own that.
They don't own Las Vegas Raiders.
The NFL owns it again.
Doubt they do.
Interesting. I'm gonna Google it.
Let's find out.
Maybe you can Google it and find out and tell me.
But
that'll make it easier.
They do own
Los Angeles.
Interesting.
So that's why
they wanted to go back.
Right.
That's like the reason they're in Vegas now is because ultimately they wanted to go back to LA and they didn't get LA.
Right.
So yeah, of course they're going to take advantage of every bit of marketing when it comes to LA, the LA market, the number 2 market in the whole entire United States of America. I mean, it's a big piece of the pie.
It is.
So I mean, I understand why all that kind of stuff.
Oh, I just wanted you to know, I heard AP, y'all freaking coach. I heard you, homeboy. Okay, this past game where they had the little, interview with you, whatever the fuck, when they were talking to you, and you were talking about how we have to put on a show and all that. We're in Las Vegas. And who did you sound like? Sound like me. I've been saying it for 4 years since we fucking came back.
Well,
you're in Las Vegas. You're on the strip. You got to put on the show. You didn't come here talking like that, and I know you didn't learn that from Tom Coughlin's ass.
Are you saying that Coach Antonio Pierce has been watching Raider Fan Radio on YouTube?
Of course he is, because we inspired Max, and we're cool with Max. We've been pumping Max since he came. I was jocking Max.
And inspired by the character and the passion.
Yes.
Of Raiderhed.
Well, he's got a podcast. Okay. We've been in contact with Max, so I'm sure. We were the only kids on the block from 2020.
Right.
We were the first kids on the block in Las Vegas talking Raiders, and just like we were in Oakland, we've been long-standing. Pioneered that here in Vegas. So it's cool Max got his shit. I ain't mad at him. But AP, who you say, doesn't he got some legal problems? Don't you got some legal problems, man?
Yes, that might be distracting him a little bit. He owned.
Don't you got some problems? You got a good lawyer?
He owned.
Mark got you a good lawyer? Did Mark get you a good lawyer?
Breaking news, I can't believe this is happening. The Raiders head coach Antonio Pierce is officially filing for bankruptcy after investing in car dealerships roughly 10 years ago.
Antonio Pierce and Jesse Armstead, once teammates on the field, are now teammates in the car business.
The whopping $28 million in debt will affect Pierce's coaching tenure. The question is how? From what we have gathered, there has never been an NFL coach that is actively coaching while bankrupt. Could Antonio Pierce essentially end up coaching the Raiders for free this year, or will he even be allowed to coach at all?
Did he?
Go ahead.
Oh no, his wife filed bankruptcy because AP and some other NFL people, NFL former players, got together and bought these dealerships, car dealerships, and they ended
Don't know
up
what the fuck they're doing.
Didn't know what they were doing. Loaned out or sold, basically let $10 million worth of cars leave the facilities and the lots without being financed. So they ended up in the hole, millions of dollars, and his wife filed bankruptcy so that he didn't look bad. So that's probably a lot, on his mind too, trying to sort those things out.
That would wear on anybody, I reckon.
Yeah, $28 million in the hole, that's deep.
Wow. Well, I hope you get out of it, man.
I have a bad day if I lose $5
Right.
nickel slots.
Exactly.
in the local casino.
Well, I hope you get out of it and all that. And I'm glad it's not criminal or anything like that. Lord knows we don't need any more fucking scandals with this damn team.
Right.
Okay. But man, whatever y'all doing this season, you know what I'm saying? My thing is, 7-10, at best. Is what I give y'all.
Oh, that's generous.
10-7.
Oh, we're still back there.
I'm staying there. I'm
staying
sticking,
there?
and I'm staying.
All right.
I told you, dope.
I'll say 3-14.
3-14.
3-14.
When I look at that
What
schedule,
do you base that on? No.
That's
and
that
whoever
would be tragic.
whoever's in
That would be
NFL
tragic.
scheduling is thinking the same
Playoffs?
thing because
You kidding
we're
me?
not prime time
Playoffs?
this year. We're not.
We're not on TV?
We're not prime at all. We don't have any Monday nights. So
We don't have any Monday nights.
we don't have any Monday night gigs.
We're around on a Wednesday, though. just look for us. We'll be out here on Wednesday. Don't trip. Hey, well, real quick with the NFL, I like to do this every year with my comrades, real quick, and just pick a couple of random teams here. I go and get the NFL futures, and there's the 24-25 regular season wins, and then you've got, of course, the division. So real quick, like I say, I'm just going to pick a couple of random teams that people are interested in. The Bills have been threatening for the last 4 years since they got Josh Allen to be something big and get to the Super Bowl. Blew a chance last year again in the AFC Championship. Cannot seem to get by Kansas City.
That seems to be Josh Allen's MO these days. I mean, great player. We all want to be a quarterback for our team.
Yeah.
But when it comes down, and we speak so highly of him all year long because of the classic big arm quarterback. And all these things going for him, runs over people. He runs over defensive backs. He makes touchdowns with his legs. But when it comes to the playoffs, him, Lamar Jackson, some of the other quarterbacks that have been around for a while, these 5 years.
Joe Burrow.
Joe Burrow.
Joe Burrow's at least been to a Super Bowl. But, still, point being is that these great quarterbacks, when it comes down to the playoff situation, they've all fallen flat pretty much. And it's always that same team every year, man. The fucking goddamn Kansas City Chiefs.
Oh, God, right. Thank you. I hate the fucking Chiefs.
So this is regular season wins. So I was going to jot down. We'll see at the end of the season tally up when it comes to these particular teams.
That's a lot of numbers, but go ahead.
That's not a lot of numbers. The Buffalo Bills, because of what Stone just said, they're projected at the sports book 10 wins or better. What do you say? I say yeah. I say they get 10 wins.
I'll give them that.
So we're all going 10
They'll go out
wins.
and take it.
Right.
They will go out and take those 10 wins.
Okay,
Right.
so we're all in agreement on Buffalo.
That means you could lose 7
10
times.
wins.
That's why I think 10 is a good number. You can't get into the playoffs if you don't have at least 10.
Yep.
And being able to lose 7 games and still make it into the playoffs, at least that means that you're almost right in the middle there. You at least can edge your way in.
Yeah.
And when I talk about the Raiders, that's just my hopes. Because I know I need at least 10. If I say 9 or less, I'm not getting in.
I got you.
All right, everybody's hyped for the Chicago Bears. Caleb Williams, rookie quarterback out of USC, has won the job.
I hate him, but he's awesome. I hate him because he's so great.
We've got their ex-offensive coordinator. So again, early season predictions, as always. People are trying to put their money behind the Bears. So the Bears, the Chicago Bears,
I said they win 9 games.
Well, they're picked at 9 or more. What do you say?
I say they're probably going to be.
Stone's got them at 9.
He's got him at 9. I'll put him at 8. I'm going to stay right in there.
So below.
Be different than me.
I just want to be a little bit. I'm going to hedge it. I'm going to hedge that.
Steph is minus 9.
Yeah.
Steph is minus 9.
Right.
Okay, and I say the Bears win 11 games.
Okay.
Damn, you really believe in this?
That's very generous.
Fuck do I care? I'm not putting any money on it. All right, the Dallas Cowboys are forever. The Cowboys.
Oh my God.
Teasing all the time.
And you're one of those quarterbacks, Dak Prescott. He's become the new Tony Romo.
Dak is whack.
For the Cowboys.
Right,
He gets him in the picture, but he doesn't do anything when it counts at the end.
Once again, they got a great receiver. Just signed CeeDee Lamb to a $136 million deal.
They've got a great defense and great players around him this whole
Your
time.
boy Michael Parsons is really establishing himself.
Yeah, he's one of the best.
All right, so they're picked to have about 10 wins.
They're going to win 10 games.
You got them at 10. Stone's got 10 or better?
Because they're going to win their division.
Yeah. I'm up with that. They'll win that.
You going through all the games?
No. Just some of those, but
what does stand out for you? It's your segment.
No, it's not my segment. Anyway, fuck the Cowboys, man. 8 and 9. Fuck y'all.
Dak Carr.
Yeah, Dak Carr. Okay.
All right, for the fun of it, the Saints.
I'm going to the Saints. Why do you say that? But first,
I know how much you love to talk about Derek
Carr. The
Carr.
hype team of last year, the Cinderella team.
Detroit Lions.
Yes. What do we say? They're at 10.5. I've got them to win 11.
Oh, they pissed me off. I'm gonna say.
They were so good.
They were. I'm saying 12.
They won the opening game against the Chiefs.
Yeah.
And that was how they started.
Right.
And just when you thought that maybe it's just the same old Lions, they really, when it came to the playoffs and the last few games of the season, they just really buckled down and just played hard football.
Yeah.
So I want to say 11 games.
Okay.
That's worth at least saying. I mean, if they have the same chutzpah and gumption that they had last year, they should at least have that.
Stone goes 11 with me. And then our last team for the NFC, yes, Stone, the New Orleans Saints, who we play in the last game of the season against Derek Carr.
That's going to mean something.
But he's not going to make it. He'll be gone.
That's what you're calling.
A monsoon in November in Miami, and Derek Carr will be out for the season by the time we get a chance. Our defense, Divine Diablo, and Max Crosby, and Tyrone Moore, and get a chance to pick him off and push his face in the dirt. He'll be out.
Okay.
I don't think he's going to make that game.
Wow,
But anyway,
that would be sad.
The Saints.
I hope that's not it.
I hope it's not
I
either.
hope it's a meaningful last game where Derek Carr faces his old foes and the team that got rid of him. All the storyline, the drama,
and it has.
And we got to win because we got to get into the playoffs. And
we got to get the number 1 pick next year.
Oh my God! Who do you want? Deion Sanders Jr.
Fuck him. Deion's probably going to be in my ass.
He watches the show.
Yeah, that'd be cool. That would be cool if we had playoff implications. That
would be
great.
lovely.
You're calling that he won't even make the season.
They've got
that little lighter version of Patrick Mahomes is going to take over for the Saints.
Yeah.
That's what they call him, like Patrick Mahomes Jr. or something.
Who? Derek Carr?
No, the guy that they drafted.
Oh, Tyson Hill.
Yeah.
No, they just drafted him. He's a rookie. He's a kid. They just drafted him at the top of the draft or somewhere in the middle.
Okay, well, they were thinking they needed
But he does.
a
He's got the curly hair. He makes a little move. He's not quite Patrick Mahomes.
knockoff.
He might even be a little lighter skinned, I think.
Oh.
Yeah, he's got like a whole not quite Patrick Mahomes vibe.
Got you.
Point being, he's after Derek Carr's job.
He's after Derek Carr.
So where are they at? The Saints?
Huh? Yeah.
Saints
So,
win 8 games. And
the
Derek
Saints
Carr,
are
either way,
picked-
Derek Carr's not
The
going to come
Saints are
back as a
picked.
Saint.
The Saints are picked to win 7.5.
There you go.
All right. I'll say 5.
How come I can sit here and make calls, but when I go into the casino and put money down, I can't fucking figure shit out. I can't win anything.
I'm gonna give him 8. Stone, what do you give him?
I gave it. Did I say 7 or 8?
You said 7.
7. All right,
I'll
so
give him 8. I want to give him 8. 8 sounds just better.
All right, real quick, AFC, the Las Vegas Raiders. We already did that.
We already did that.
Okay, we all got that down.
And the Chiefs, they'll win 5 games, maybe tops.
Who?
The Chiefs, the
love
Kansas
that.
City Chiefs.
We're willing this. We're willing
It's my brain. I'm willing this to
Yes.
happen. Patrick Mahomes could get hurt of it. You know, first of all, Patrick Mahomes does get hurt a lot.
If you get
Especially
to it,
towards the season.
Yeah.
The end of the season.
I'll give him 9 games.
Somebody's going to get him.
I'll give him 9 wins. And I think, I'm going to write it here, Taylor distraction
Taylor distractions.
becomes a factor, yes.
all right.
Taylor distraction, a factor. Anyway,
Yeah, that's kind of, I mean, look, they gave it to him last year with all those things. Now it's got to be like the thing that unravels him. You know,
Right.
like you say, the Taylor Swift distractions, the fact that Patrick Mahomes will eventually get hurt if
Right.
somebody gets his ankle
Yeah.
just right.
Right.
yeah.
You know, little things like that. That would just tip the whole entire season for him.
It has to.
All right, NFC East. Stone, you said Dallas earlier. I'll say Philly wins it. Who you got?
Are you taking winners of the division?
Here we go, divisions real quick.
Philly.
I thought you said Dallas.
No, I didn't say to win division. We just talked about wins and losses.
Oh, okay. I thought you
This
said
is a
I
long fucking segment.
thought you said it when So we're out of it in a moment. Who you got? Jessica, just play along.
The Eagles.
All right, you got the Eagles.
My back
too.
hurts.
I got the Lions in the North. Stone, who you got in the North? Hey, we didn't rehearse this part. We never rehearsed anything. All right, you guys just want to pull out of this segment. All right, we're I'm looking forward to Canadian football. The Toronto Argonauts, baby. All right, they talked me off my list. Anyway, hey, shout out to the Paseo Verde Little League team, man. You know, I'm always every year into the Little League World Series.
You're
And
such a
this year,
communal dude.
uh-huh.
You're such a man of the community.
Yes, man. The Paseo Verde kids who play not too far from where we are, right here in the Henderson community. Unfortunately, we only got as far as the semifinal game and didn't make it to the final. But they had a great,
Was it the
little team,
League
man.
World Series?
Yeah,
They were in it?
No, they didn't win it. They got to the semifinal game.
Yeah, I remember
But
checking that
they were
little
really a
the games
team
out.
of, a lot of character. The younger
Yeah.
kids, man.
Determination.
Yeah, just fun team too, Vegas. They were fun. They had their own little quirky, little rituals they were doing. But the shout out to their coach, Adam Johnson, who is the assistant equipment manager for the Las Vegas Raiders.
Right on.
And he was the one that was coaching that team. Gunnar Guyton and Russ McGee, Gabe Gomez, Dominic Lano, and the whole team, man. Just they were solid. They represented Vegas real well. So
Right on.
congratulations to Paseo Verde.
My favorite Little League team of all time was the Bad News Bears.
Oh yeah.
And not the one with Billy Bob Thornton. That does not count. All right? Just for the record. The one with Walter Matthau, Tatum O'Neal,
Yes, of
Jackie
course.
Earl
Yeah.
Haley.
Yeah.
1976, the Bad News Bears. That will make you love Little League baseball for the rest of your life.
Yeah, for sure.
I know we finished with the Raiders, but fuck Rich Gannon. Why is he doing Raider games? Rich Gannon is a loser.
He's
Rich
only
Gannon
doing
threw 5 interceptions,
preseason.
and I could give a fuck. All right, if he was doing Sandlot in the backyard between the Raiders and the police, fuck Rich Gannon. He's a loser. So fucking threw the game literally, the Super Bowl, 37. I just wanted to add that. I also wanted to add this. All right?
Keep at it.
That's like a post-it.
I just want to add this too. I happened to watch our old show that we did, the 20th anniversary for Raider Fan Radio that we had been on the air. We did it in 2022, 2 years ago. First of all, great show. Second of all,
Of course.
on that show, the 420 show, I predicted that the A's would be coming to Las Vegas. I was all for it, all behind it, all that shit. Well, I apologize. I greatly want to apologize. I do not feel that same sentiment now, and I hope that the deal falls through and that Major League Baseball comes here as an expansion team. I don't want to see Oakland lose its team, but I also don't want to see it come to Las Vegas like I felt 2 years ago. Right. Also, Stone on that show and on show 47, some of the music was playing. Stone, you got a little rhythm.
Oh, yeah.
You got moves. Yeah, you got some moves,
Thank you.
man.
Thank you.
Thank you. That.
But I got to feel it. You know, I can't just bust it out.
Oh, look at it.
Something has to happen to me.
It.
I need to, become.
Can you feel it?
Yeah, you got to get you got to get the groove.
What?
Yeah.
He has to get find
possessed.
the groove.
Oh, my God. Get possessed.
Well, he's a drummer, so it makes sense that he would,
That he has rhythm. Yeah, I thought that myself, but it's just... But I know, he's got funky rhythm.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, it's real. My funk is real.
Yes.
My funk is 100%.
See?
Straight up.
See? That's what I'm talking
Genuine.
about.
Right
That's
on.
Authentic.
That's how you want it.
Thank you. That's how I bring it.
Man, I heard kind of late, and I just wanted to give acknowledgement to it. We are all, steeped in music. And particularly when it comes to great American music and some of the great bands. We're from the era bands, of course. And one of the great all-American rock bands, but all-American American rock bands. It's called The Quits, man, sadly. A band that Stone jokes and says, they didn't say it could happen, and didn't think it would happen and we'd make it or whatever. This is a band that, people thought would crash and burn many, many times, but
of course you're talking about the great Aerosmith.
Aerosmith, man.
Band from the 1970s from Boston, United States, and they lasted.
They're retiring.
I mean, look, they're
touring.
You think of the Stones, you think of the longevity of bands in general. They're certainly one of the great bands that have lasted so many generations. Like you said, fell apart, self-destructive. In spite of themselves, they've made it this far in their careers, putting on live performance, even really recently doing a lot of residencies right here in Las Vegas. But the primary reason, I think the drummer, Joey Kramer, I think they kicked him out a couple of years ago.
Oh, he's back, but it's Steven Tyler. Steven Tyler, unfortunately, had some vocal issues the last tour.
Yeah, he
can't
sing no more.
And tore his shit out. And so that is what they're given as the official.
Aerosmith postponing a half dozen dates on their farewell tour after frontman Steven Tyler injured his vocal cords during a performance. Tyler announced yesterday on Instagram that he suffered damage during a show in New York on Saturday. Doctors say he cannot sing for 30 days. Tyler says he's heartbroken. Aerosmith was in the midst of a 40-stop Peace Out farewell tour in the U.S. and Canada. The shows have been postponed to late January through February now. That includes a December date for Boston.
But yeah, they did kind of...
I'm just saying, little by little, they've been kind of... The age has certainly caught up with them little by little.
Yeah.
But the icing on the cake is you can't replace Steven Tyler for anything because he's Steven Tyler.
He's so iconic and he's just so part of the sound. He is the sound of Aerosmith. So, that was sad because I've seen him, one of the first rock concerts I went to in my life. I saw them Day on the Green, Frank Marino, Mahogany Rush.
Yeah, that's where they were the original
ACDC with Bon Scott. And then right at the end when they were getting ready to crash. I mean, they were up there all Steven Tyler's on Joe Perry like this. And, I mean, it was just,
But you know what, though? It's so, because I'm old, and now I'm seeing a lot of my favorite bands and my favorite artists and musicians are little by little either dying or retiring or slowing down or whatever. They left their legacy. They will be eternal. Aerosmith is now an eternal entity that will live on the internet, in whatever the future of communication and broadcasting and connecting with people. The music of Aerosmith will live forever, just like the music of Mozart and all the original classical artists from the Renaissance period and even before that. it's eternal.
Yeah.
So yeah, man, a hard thing for a lot of fans to really kind of chew on, because it really is just, it's reality, it's your mortality.
And then for us Gen X who saw the crash, like you said, when they lost Joe Perry, they split up, and they had Jimmy Crespo, and there was just a whole with the drugs and everything. Then they came back sober and all that. They revived themselves on MTV when you talk about mediums and how they will be on every platform going forward when it comes to music. That was great to see for a lot of us Gen Xers. Like, man, they're back. Even though it was kind of hokey and they were doing a lot of pop music and, ballads and all that shit. It was just great to see such, great musicians, that had stormed, the world.
With the great songs.
Left their mark.
It's
yeah,
all
with
about
their great
songs
songs.
and the music too. Even with all those,
they still make some great songs.
With all that's what I'm saying. Through all those changes you talk about in the generations that they've existed to this day, while they kept coming back with some kind of new form of Aerosmith, whether it was a couple of band members or whatever, the albums are still cool.
Yes.
The music was always great. Even though I wasn't a fan of the late 80s version of them, when they kind of, the Love Elevator and Dude Looks Like a Lady version of Aerosmith, because it was just a bit bubblegum for my personal taste at the time. I was still happy for them that they kept staying significant and staying alive and playing and being real, to where little kids are going to watch these great grandpas, because they're rock icons. It has nothing to do with anything else but that they love the music, and their parents embedded it in them as well.
Great drummers that we had in the era that we grew up in, rather it be rock, funk, country, just drummers were quintessential to the 70s music scene.
For sure.
Joey Kramer, Alex Van Halen, in my opinion, two of the main guys that don't get a lot of that real, notoriety or applause and attention for their greatness, as much as the Keith Moons and John Bonhams, of course, who are deserving. But Joey Kramer,
how could you be in one of the greatest bands ever if you're not one of the greatest drummers for that band?
I'm thinking about Joey Kramer. When you see him up there,
when you think of Aerosmith, you think of the very funky, very groovy, very swingy shuffles. Walk This Way, one of the great rock drum dance beats of all time.
Right.
To be the guy that created all that and played with Joe, with those musicians on stage and back them and compliment them at that level is epic. So yeah, Joey Kramer is certainly an unsung hero when it comes to rock drummers. Alex Van Halen being the other one. I think about him all the time. Behind that big giant drum set with a million drums, with long bass drums. And because of, now it's drifting into Van Halen, because Eddie Van Halen was Alex Van Halen's brother, he could be the greatest and still your brother's Eddie Van Halen.
Right.
As far as publicity and attention and things like that. So there are a few out there like that too, but yeah, Joey Kramer, Alex Van Halen, definitely two of them.
And for my money, man, I think Aerosmith, all the players, Tom Hamilton, underrated. Brad Whitford, underrated. Joe Perry in a lot of ways.
With them too.
Yeah, underrated. And like we just said, Joey Kramer. Steven Tyler, of course, one of the great frontmen, lead singers, songwriters, in rock history.
Noise makers, drug takers.
Yeah. What you remember? You got any memories of Aerosmith? Were you?
I mean, that's why I'm kind of silent, because I was thinking about Dr. Dre saying, and no, it ain't Aerosmith. It's the motherfucking, It's like, that's kind of where my head was at that point. No, because I was really into Van Halen and those other bands at the time. And I wasn't like a stone cold, like, Aerosmith fan, but of course the music is phenomenal and is influential in my life, of course, so much respect to them, and it's just amazing how you can work that long and then just lose your voice in terms of Steven Tyler. It's like a lot happens, or just your ability, some people, great guitar players,
even with all the millions of dollars and all the stuff that's medically available to mankind.
God bless Aerosmith. We love you.
Last day.
Appreciate it, yo. We getting ready to roll out here in a minute, man. But we want to roll out. It's been a minute since we've done one of our favorite segments where we like to, acknowledge you great people who support our little spaceship of sports entertainment talk here that we orbit around the universe. Twice a month, right about now.
Are you talking about that one famous segment that's making a comeback right here at Raider Fan Radio
right
on YouTube?
Now,
it's your comments
on
on
show.
Okay, now comment again, not the bots. Hopefully, right here on Raider Fan Radio on YouTube. Like, share, and subscribe. Or is it like, share, and subscribe? Right here at Raider Fan Radio. Send us your comments, and we will read some of them and talk to you on Raider Fan Radio on YouTube.
So in the comments, man, what's going on?
First of all,
people in the house.
On the comments, remember the last show we did, we had a big discussion about the bots.
Yes.
Nice with all these bananas. That's number 4. Next one, I'm single. That's number 5. Next one.
How the bots have invaded our comments, and because of that, we haven't been getting comments on our comment section right here on YouTube. So when we talked about it, broke it out to the world responded.
Hey,
love you, world.
Yeah. Fight back.
Love you, world.
Fight back. Yes.
Raider Nation, baby.
There's a lot of bot talk on our comment section. People making sure they tell us, look,
the world knows
we are here, we are listening.
Right on.
Billionaire Job says, can we just stop and appreciate this crew for putting out quality video?
Right on.
Right on.
I have to say you're right.
Thank you, millionaire.
Job.
Thank you, millionaire.
You're right. We deserve all the praise we could get.
This is for you, millionaire.
Dimitri says, I was born 1960. Raiders all my life.
Dimitri, thank you.
Yeah.
This one didn't have a name, but it said from Germany. Looking forward to show number 48.
Thank you.
This is it.
We're totally global.
Yay.
MD Mahdi Hassan Khan.
Oh, you're from the Khan family, huh? Khan, I have a loan. like
the Wrath
you
of
Khans are rich all over the world.
Star Trek.
Would you say so? Oh, the Wrath of Khan.
Wheatley is still my favorite running back from back in the day.
Khan is a veteran. Khan's a veteran. Right on.
Joshua Mata, Luo Lid, Miza 4638, all with great Wheatley comments. They like the Wheatley talk.
Wow.
Right on. We did too, man.
They like to hear about some of the days when the Raiders had some teams that we were actually happy to
we got a lot of
pay money to go see them.
Stay around this season. We'll be definitely referencing a lot of the old players compared to this squad.
I like seeing that video, the video of him running.
So Heidi.
Yeah.
Heidi! How are you,
Heidi!
What's up, girl?
She says, good to see you guys back. Like Stonerdude, I don't get excited by preseason, but...
Well, that's because you got such an exciting fucking life traveling the world!
It was good to see the Raiders back on the field. They look like they could win 8 games. So that's her call.
Right on, Heidi!
Heidi called 8
it's
games.
Been so long!
Comic Arts. I like the logo on this one because it had a comic book.
Right on, okay.
Comic Arts
Some of your
says,
fans.
put a picture of a brain. It says, this is my brain willing Aaron Rodgers as a Raider.
Oh, right on! So that's going back to you.
We've been willing that for 4 years now.
Yeah, but you did it again this show 47. You did.
Well, Raider Rob was so huge on the Aaron Rodgers pitch to come to the Raiders. I, of course,
humongous.
I feel and felt the same way, and I still have memories of that. How it makes me feel to consider him throwing the ball to Devontae Adams with the fucking Raiders.
I love it.
So, anyways, other fans love that idea too. Alina Aklova, hoping for 8+ wins. So we got another 8.
All right. Okay.
8. Tatiana.
Yeah, but we got another fan who has to look at the season as just being unfulfilled again.
I know.
That the expectation that Avina has is only 8 fucking wins.
Right.
Here's our
And wherever she is, she's holding it down for the silver and black. And this is what they're rolling out in her expectation to be. And that's not winning.
No.
You know, that's not positive.
That's not excellence.
Tatiana Gaber,
Right?
or Gaber, says, I love you guys from Turkey.
Istanbul!
We seem to be big in Turkey, man.
I love it.
We love us in Turkey. Right on, man. We love y'all. Thank you so much.
Thanks so much for breaking through.
Igor Tarasov.
All right, that's
These names are
Turkish.
from all over the place.
That's Siberia.
Yeah,
That
right.
motherfucker works at a prison.
He's a fan of yours.
Igor, thank you, sir. It's good to see you.
He says, Raider Hater Rob came up with another one. Bot blockers. Must be trademarks.
Thank you.
So your Raider Hater Robisms are starting to permeate through the whole entire world through YouTube. It's kind of scary. Nassar Pavlov. These are some gnarly names. Nassar Pavlov. What up, Raider Fan Radio crew? This is a test. I'm not a bot.
Right on.
Raider Homer says, bot.
Raider Homer!
Bot Dimmick, what's up, Raider
He's with,
Homer?
Bot Dimmick, I like that. We gotta have him on, man.
Section 105 Media.
We're gonna have you on soon, Homer. Hang in there. We're gonna get you.
One of the last ones. That's probably one of my favorite ones because it's an old friend we haven't seen in a while. But I don't know how much of a friend he is. We'll have to test that. Matt with 2 T's.
What's up, Matt with
He made a comment. He says,
He makes a lot of comments.
man, Willie Nelson really let himself go.
Well, that ain't me and you.
What was he talking about here?
So I was thinking about that as I was reading it. And to the tail end of what you just said, you're probably not the ones that really resemble Willie Nelson. It could be me. I think that's what Matt with 2 T's is referring to. But not only is it bad enough that I'm now referred to as the Willie Nelson, but he's the Willie Nelson that really let himself go.
No!
Like a bad off Willie Nelson.
No!
Like, wow, Willie Nelson really just hit a wall and kept going.
Matt with 2 of them. Oh
So
my
I
God.
guess I'll accept that. I am who I am, and that's all I am.
Where did you go?
I'll embrace your comments. But all I can say to this is, why don't you send a picture of yourself and let's see how you've been holding up for the past 10, 20 years.
I think we look great for 20 years.
And we'll have everybody else comment.
Yes.
But thank you very much, of course, for joining in the favolvery. How do they say that? What's the word?
The tomfoolery.
The tomfoolery.
The ballyhoo.
Raider Fan Radio.
Yay.
My last note is, make sure you go out and get the Stonerdude coloring book. It's my coloring book. You can get it at stonerdudeart.com. That's 24 pages of awesome art.
Yay.
Stonerdude. You can get my book. Look, there's a color page I colored right there. There it is. You see it? Right over beautiful black hole stuff. stonerdudeart.com. The Stonerdude coloring book.
All right.
Well, thank you, folks, for joining us as always, and thank you for your comments. Hit us at Raider Fan Radio for further more comments here.
Please do.
People are out here punching horses.
No.
Horse punchers?
No.
Horse punchers.
No.
Yes, people are out here punching horses and stuff, and so they're knocking horses out.
What?
Yes. A Bronco fan, a Denver Bronco fan, was punched in the face on a concourse.
You really got me there.
But managed to save his beer in the fracas. A wild preseason scene took place at Empower Field at Mile High against the Arizona Cardinals in a recent game. And maybe we'll have a clip of the video. I'm sure we'll pop up Silver. We'll get it. But this Bronco fan got into a fight in the concourse there and got swung on, punched in the friggin' mouth. And but while he was getting pummeled by these Cardinal fans, he managed to hang on to his beer.
That's beautiful. That's what.
No beer abuse.
That's beautiful.
You know, which
yes.
Even we always applaud that in Oakland because we were a place where you had such tight confines.
This is a cup of beer.
And drinking beer could be a risky proposition, huh?
A cup of beer, like a beer cup.
Yeah.
And the beer's in it.
But he's getting punched.
Yeah.
Slug.
He's like, don't spill the beer.
I'm gonna get drunk after getting my ass kicked.
Right.
I couldn't walk from the beer stand to my seat without spilling my beer.
Right? Can you imagine? Right on, dude.
To do that for a Bud Light, man, I have to say, takes a lot of,
You gotta be able to take a punch if you're drinking Bud Light.
Okay, we're out of here on this note. They're not animals, they're insects. But I've been warning you folks, haven't I? I've been warning you.
When animals attacked by Raiderhed Invasion.
They were not having it, okay?
I like this segment.
Yes, and it went down.
Informed.
It went down, man. In Massachusetts, okay? Recently, 10 communities, including Plymouth and Oxford and a few other Provincetown and some other communities, Needham, Massachusetts, were advised by the Massachusetts Board of Health and by the health department to stay in their house. Deadly mosquitoes were out for blood in Massachusetts. People have been getting attacked, and there's a fatality rate of about 30% if you are to be stung by this infected by these mosquitoes who are carrying a high and critical risk deadly virus. Okay, so this sounds like this could be some type of possible op.
Wow, yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Because you've got a whole eastern region, big region swath of Massachusetts,
right,
being invaded by Worcester County here, being attacked by mosquitoes that have 30% fatality rate if they sting you. Carrying that type of venom or poison in them. I don't know what you call it.
They bite you.
They
bite you and they suck your blood. So it's a fluid transmission.
Go back, everybody, and research that. Bill Gates is at it again, trying to come out and release. They have this Sears virus that they want on everybody, but he is talking about experimenting with a lot of these viruses, even COVID, with mosquitoes.
It holds things back so much. Now, malaria is, of course, transmitted by mosquitoes. I brought some here so you could experience this. We'll let those roam around the auditorium a little bit. There's no reason only poor people should have the experience.
Inside boxes like these on the Florida Keys, a possible key to what scientists hope will slow an invasive and dangerous mosquito species. They're called Aedes aegypti and are known to carry diseases like Zika, dengue, and yellow fever, the females spreading infection with their bites.
In the Keys, they make up just about 4% of the mosquito population, but are responsible for virtually all of the mosquito-borne disease transmission to humans.
The potential solution starts at Oxitec's lab, where tiny eggs are injected with a modified DNA strain.
All trials were held in India and in Panama, after which the first official grand release took place in Brazil in May 2018. Millions of genetically modified mosquitoes were released in a city over a period of 27 weeks. The results seemed promising at first, and the Gates Foundation made sure the press released articles about its immense success. But after a year and a half, the genetically modified male mosquitoes were having a ball with the natural local female mosquitoes, and billions of hybrid baby bugs were born to pester the inhabitants and to continue breeding like there was no tomorrow. The self-limiting gene was not doing what it was supposed to do. The result was disastrous. The species had only become stronger than ever before.
So here we go again, and I don't care if I'm all alone, but Bill Gates is guilty, and that's what that's about. Watch out. You know, what can you do? Try to stay
Yeah, watch out, Bill Gates.
Watch out, Antonio Gates. Hey, Antonio Gates, watch out. Okay? Watch out, Antonio Gates.
Killer mosquitoes? Come on, that's laboratory.
Have a look at an article in Science from 2010. 11 years ago, a group of Japanese researchers developed a mosquito that spread vaccine instead of disease.
Yeah.
Is it China? No, I'm just
It's
playing.
not China.
I'm just playing.
It's America.
We touched on Show 47 too, where I was talking about protecting your privacy, and I made a clarion call for people to be a little more aware publicly about putting out their information and all that. And we were centered around the story of Ian Cameron, who was a Rolls-Royce designer or whatever, and he ended up getting killed. And it was believed that that the crooks were able to find him through Street View and Google Maps. Well, on the heels of that, being reported out of Los Angeles, KABC reported that Riverside Police Department, Ryan Railsback, and that city are encouraging people to blur your houses on Google Maps. Say that the crooks, Ryan says, are looking for new innovative ways to victimize people. It's good for the public to be aware of that and counter what criminals are already doing. And so Street View, according to a Google spokesman, helps people virtually explore the world, and we make it easy for anyone to blur their home if they prefer. Just click on Report a Problem button, submit a request, and to further protect your privacy of our users, we use the state-of-art technology designed to automatically blur identifiable faces and license plates.
Okay.
And so this is great, coming on the heels of testing at the new stadium. I forgot what team this is opening up the new stadium this year. But the NFL is going to be doing face recognition.
That's not okay. That's a violation of your constitutional rights
That's
to
why
privacy.
they're making smart stadiums.
Oh, man.
They're making it to where the stadiums are computers that are interactive with your devices, with all the things that you bring in. You can plug in there, you can use their Wi-Fi and all their passes and all that kind of stuff. It's very, very computer friendly. So yeah, it's getting to the point now. And look, it's always been like this. Stadiums have been a human experiment, a social experiment since the beginning of time, since the Roman gladiators and the Greek, warriors that fought. They fed lions to the Christians. Everything has been about programming, controlling everybody, using them as guinea pigs to test this new mass technology. They did it with the things.
With the same thing.
They tried to, everybody come to the stadium.
Right.
And and digital. Now everything's digital. Your tickets are all digital. And yeah, so there you go. That's what this is all about. And that's what they're using it for.
Well, do it, America. I'm glad that somebody stepped up, and it seems like Riverside Police Department of Riverside County is one of the first counties to really start encouraging and putting out, this reverse agenda of teaching people how to protect themselves instead of teaching people how to be scared of crime.
I say you can figure out how to protect yourself. They're still going to figure a way to fucking take control.
It's Donnie Doomsday here. Speaking of Donnie,
they give you instructions on how to do that in the article.
Yeah, on the Street View.
It's out there. Please go in, look for the article, and figure out a way to blur your home, your address, your license plate, whatever you can do in the process to. They probably, like Stone said, put you on a list of those that blur, so that they can then
you'll be on a blur list.
You'll be on a blur list. And somebody that was great at the blur list,
blurred and unblurred,
was YouTube CEO Susan Wojcicki. She was the one that was behind the COVID censorship. She probably did the thing, and she's gone. She was very young, like 40-something years old, and got cancer and died. Also, her son committed suicide maybe like 6 months ago. So, yeah.
Out of 238,502 games, a player in Major League Baseball in its 154-year history has never played in the same game. Well, it did happen. Yesterday, Red Sox catcher Danny Jensen played in 2 games. Played in a game for 2 teams. He was a Boston Red Sox 2 months ago. Hit a foul ball right in the middle of before a rain delay. So he was at bat for the Blue Jays. Got traded to the Red Sox.
Wow.
The game, of course, if we know in baseball, gets rescheduled if it's called for weather. And so he dressed up as a Red Sox, as a Blue Jay, who were a winning team at the time and are still a winning team contending. And took his rest of his at-bat, got a single for the Blue Jays, and then had to go change and join his team, the Red Sox. Blue Jays ended up beating them 4-1, but first time ever. Guy played in the same game.
For different teams.
For different teams, Major League Baseball history.
That's huge.
Anyway, it has been Raider Fan Radio. Kick off the 2024 National Football League season. Your Las Vegas Silver and Blacks getting ready to do their thing. And we'll be, next time you see us, the season will be in gear. We'll be here to talk about it, review what's going on. But, take your stance. If you're a Raider fan, stand on it, man. If you're not or whatever, you're questioning things, that's all good too. But, the bottom line will always be just win, baby. Would you say so?
Speaking of gear, Raider Hater Rob, that's a really cool Raider hat that you got.
Right on, man. Right on. I still represent. Thank you. It's new era. Yeah, I still represent.
You don't totally hate him. Somewhere inside you love him.
Go away.
Peace in the East and all around the earth. Please give peace a chance, everyone. And look forward to
what happened with your boy RFK, man?
Can't we save that for next show? I don't have enough enough to stomach any of this right now.
It's all good.
I'm with his family now. I'm done with him. Okay.
Oh!
Next time we'll get into that because we got to.
RFK Jr.
Right.
That much more on show 49, soon to come. Love you. Thank you, RaiderFanRadio at Gmail. Hit us up, man. Like, share, and subscribe, man. And stick and say, thank all of you wherever you are. We'll see you next time.
Later, Red.
Peace out.
The views and opinions of RaiderFanRadio.Vegas, RaiderFanRadio.com, and RaiderFan Radio Media are not the views and opinions of the Las Vegas Raiders, Al Davis Football, Inc., or the National Football League. RaiderFanRadio.Vegas is an independent media source.